Imagine a future where your money works for you, generating a steady stream of income month after month. A future where you can live comfortably, pursue your passions, and achieve financial freedom without the constant worry of depleting your life savings. For many, the $1 million mark is a significant milestone on this journey. But how do you turn that nest egg into a reliable paycheck? The question we're tackling today is a big one. Can you generate $5,000 a month from a $1 million portfolio, all without touching your principal? The answer is yes, it's entirely possible. But it's not about finding a magic bullet, it's about strategy, understanding, and discipline. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down the exact math, explore the powerful income-generating tools at your disposal, and build a blueprint for a resilient cash-flowing portfolio. Let's start with the core math. It's refreshingly simple. To get $5,000 a month, you need $60,000 a year. To get $60,000 from a $1 million portfolio, you need an average annual yield of 6%. $1 million multiplied by 6% equals $60,000. Divide that by 12 months, and you arrive at your $5,000 monthly income. This 6% figure is our North Star for this entire strategy, but we need to be clear about what that 6% means. This is what's called a nominal return. The real return, which is your actual increase in purchasing power, is the nominal return minus the rate of inflation. If you're earning 6% but inflation is running at 3%, your real return is only 3%. This means that while you're still getting your $5,000 each month, its ability to buy goods and services will slowly erode over time. A successful long-term plan must account for this, ideally by having the principal itself continue to grow, at least at the rate of inflation. This brings us to a critical risk for anyone living off their investments: sequence of returns risk. This sounds complex, but the idea is simple. If a major market downturn happens right after you start making withdrawals, you're forced to sell more assets at low prices to generate the same amount of cash. This can permanently cripple your portfolio's ability to recover and grow, drastically increasing the odds of running out of money. This is precisely why our strategy focuses on generating income without being forced to sell assets, especially during a downturn. So, how do we build a portfolio that can generate that consistent 6% yield? The key is diversification across different income-producing asset classes. Let's explore the 5 main pillars. First up, dividend-paying stocks. When you own a stock, you own a piece of a company. When that company is profitable, it can choose to distribute a portion of its earnings back to shareholders as dividends. These are often mature, stable companies in sectors like utilities, consumer staples, and healthcare. The big advantage here is that dividends can provide a rising stream of income. As the company grows its earnings, it can increase its dividend payout over time, providing a natural hedge against inflation. Furthermore, in the US, many dividends are qualified, meaning they are taxed at a lower rate than regular income. However, dividends are not guaranteed. A company can cut or suspend its dividend at any time, especially during a recession. That's why it's crucial to look at a company's payout ratio, the percentage of earnings it pays out as dividends. A lower ratio, say under 60%, is generally more sustainable. Diversifying across multiple dividend stocks and sectors is non-negotiable to mitigate this risk. Our second pillar is the world of bonds and treasuries. When you buy a bond, you are essentially lending money to a government or a corporation. In return, they promise to pay you periodic interest payments, known as coupons, over a set term, and then return your principal at the end of that term. U.S. Treasuries are considered one of the safest investments in the world because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. Investment-grade corporate bonds offer slightly higher yields to compensate for a slightly higher, but still relatively low, risk of default. The income from bonds is predictable and reliable, making them a cornerstone of many income portfolios. A smart strategy is laddering, where you buy bonds with different maturity dates. This helps manage interest rate risk and ensures you have a steady flow of cash as bonds mature. For inflation protection, you can also consider Treasury inflation-protected securities, or TIPS, whose principal value adjusts with inflation. The third pillar is a tangible one: rental real estate. Owning a rental property can provide a consistent monthly cash flow from tenant rents. It also offers the potential for appreciation in the property's value over time, and significant tax advantages through deductions for expenses like mortgage interest, property taxes, and depreciation. The key metric here is the capitalization rate, or cap rate, which is the property's annual net operating income divided by its purchase price. This helps you compare the potential return from different properties. However, being a landlord is not a passive activity. It requires work. You have to find tenants, handle repairs, and deal with potential vacancies. Unexpected expenses like a new roof or a broken furnace can quickly eat into your profits. Many investors choose to hire a property management company, which typically charges 8–12% of the monthly rent, to handle the day-to-day operations and make the investment more passive. Pillar number 4 is annuities. An annuity is a contract with an insurance company. You pay them a lump sum, and in return, they promise to make regular payments to you, either immediately or at some point in the future. A single premium immediate annuity, or SPIA, is the most straightforward type for income generation. You give the insurer your money, and they start sending you a check for life, or for a set period. This can provide unparalleled peace of mind, as the income stream is guaranteed by the insurance company. The downside: fees can be high and opaque. Your money is often locked up for a surrender period, with stiff penalties for early withdrawal, and the guarantee is only as good as the insurance company that backs it, so it's vital to choose a highly rated, financially stable provider. Annuities can be a valuable piece of the puzzle, but they require careful shopping and a full understanding of the contract. Our 5th and final pillar is a more advanced strategy: generating income from covered calls. This involves selling call options against stocks you already own. In simple terms, you own at least 100 shares of a stock, and you sell someone the right, but not the obligation, to buy your shares from you at a specific price, the strike price, by a certain date. For selling this option, you receive an immediate cash payment called a premium. If the stock price stays below the strike price, the option expires worthless, and you keep the premium and your shares free and clear. You can then repeat the process. This can generate a significant income stream, especially in flat or slightly rising markets. The main risk is that if the stock price soars past your strike price, you will be forced to sell your shares, capping your upside potential. It's a trade-off. You sacrifice some potential growth for immediate, consistent income. This strategy requires more active management and a good understanding of options. Each of these 5 pillars comes with its own unique profile of risk and reward. It's crucial to understand these trade-offs, which we can boil down to 4 key dimensions. First, safety. How likely are you to get your principal back? Treasuries are extremely safe. Individual stocks carry more risk. Second, liquidity. How quickly can you convert the asset to cash without losing value? Stocks are very liquid. Real estate is not. Third, taxes. How is the income taxed? Qualified dividends and long-term capital gains are taxed favorably, while bond interest and annuity payments are often taxed as ordinary income. And fourth, volatility. How much does the value of the asset fluctuate? Stocks can be very volatile, while the value of an immediate annuity is stable. A well-built income portfolio balances these 4 dimensions across all its holdings. So, how do we put this all together to hit our 6% target? Here's a blueprint for a sample portfolio. This is not personalized advice, but a general educational example. A conservative income investor might allocate 40% to a mix of high-quality corporate bonds and treasuries, providing a stable base. Another 30% could go into blue-chip, dividend-paying stocks from defensive sectors. 20% could be allocated to a real estate investment trust, or REIT, to get real estate exposure with high liquidity. The final 10% could be in a high-yield savings account or a short-term bond fund for cash needs. This mix would aim for a blended yield in the 4.5% to 5.5% range, prioritizing safety and stability. A more balanced investor, comfortable with a bit more risk for a higher yield, might adjust those allocations. They might reduce bonds to 30%, increase dividend stocks to 40%, keep REITs at 20%, and then allocate the final 10% to a covered call ETF. These funds automate the covered call strategy for you, providing high monthly income. This balanced portfolio could realistically target a blended yield of 5.5% to 6.5%, putting our $5,000 a month goal squarely within reach. Building the portfolio is just the first step. Maintaining it is just as important. This means having a disciplined rebalancing plan, perhaps once or twice a year, to sell assets that have grown and buy those that have shrunk, bringing your portfolio back to its target allocation. It means keeping a separate emergency fund with 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash, so you never have to sell investments at a bad time to cover an unexpected bill. And it means being smart about taxes by using tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs and 401ks where possible, and being relentlessly aware of the fees you're paying, as they directly reduce your net return. So, generating $5,000 a month from $1 million portfolio without touching the principal isn't magic, it's math. It's a deliberate process of building a diversified machine of income-producing assets, understanding the risks involved, and maintaining the discipline to stick with your plan. It's about shifting your mindset from just growing your wealth to making your wealth work for you. We've covered the blueprint and the core strategies today, but seeing it in action can make all the difference. Would you be interested in a more detailed look at a sample portfolio, including specific examples of the types of stocks, bonds, and funds one might use to build this? Just say the word in the comments, and we'll make that our next deep dive.